So you decided to audition for elevator music, but you have no idea how. Don't worry, I'll tell you everything you need to know. If you're here for art, I'll get to that too. First of all, thank you. I was really worried that no one would audition because this is an original story and has nothing to do with murder. But there's actually been a little bit of interest around this, which is exciting. Okay, so, to audition, you have to do a few things. First, visit the Drive folder in the description. Here you will find a form to fill out. To do this, you must copy the form to your Drive and edit it there. Do not request to edit the blank copy. If Google Drive confuses you, feel free to just copy and paste the contents of the form into your own document instead. Once you've filled out the form, start an email to seahorsetrash@gmail.com and paste in a share link. Make sure the document sharing settings are anyone with the link can view, or else I won't be able to see it. If you have trouble with the link, you can also just copy and paste the contents of the form directly into the email. Now, go back to the folder and choose which character you'd like to audition for. You can do multiple. Ideally, you would send me an isolated vocal track of you singing their excerpt, but I will also accept an outside song if you feel it shows off more of your abilities. It doesn't even have to be from a musical. As far as voices go, I'm looking for people who like jazz. But seriously, this is a jazz musical, so think Ella Fitzgerald, Peggy Lee, Frank Sinatra, and if you want a modern example, Michael Bublé. Basically, you need to be loose and free. Don't be afraid to get a little nasty with it, especially if you're singing for George or Jacob. They both have quite a bit of sass. To record, you can either sing with the track or just count it out with a metronome. But when you submit, make sure you delete the track so that it's just your voice and nothing else. No metronome in the background, please. And make sure it's dry, so no effects like reverb or echo. Export as MP3, WAV, or M4A, whatever your digital audio workspace can do. Name your file Your Name Elevator Audition and attach it to the email you started earlier. When you have everything, go ahead and send the email with the subject Your Name Elevator Audition. The current deadline is May 15th. This gives you 25 days, counting today. Okay, so this is a small musical, right? What happens to the people who inevitably don't make it? Well, I'm creating this thing called the talent pool, where I can store auditions of people that I liked, even if they didn't make the final cut. Basically, it'll be a big Google Drive folder with subfolders for each person in the pool. I'll save your audition form and any recordings you've sent me, along with some notes. For future projects, I will hold auditions, but during that time, I will also look through the talent pool to see if there's anyone that may fit some of the roles. If you're in the pool, I may reach out, offering to advance you straight to a callback for a certain character. You can decline being added to the pool in the audition form, but if you change your mind, just contact me. Same goes for if you accept and would like to be removed. Okay, now for artist information. If you would like to help out with art, the process with the form is similar, but instead of sending audio, you send pictures of your work. For the style of this one, I'm gonna lean heavily towards digital because you need to be able to give me a sprite and text box with a separate background. If you're confused about the words coming out of my mouth, don't worry, I will explain everything. Essentially, what I'm going to do for this musical is a visual novel style. Think DDLC, Ace Attorney, shit like that. I'll need sprites with different facial expressions, or depending on the song, even a different pose. I will tell you what I need for each song, so you can pick which song you want to work on based on your own needs. Here's a good example of what I'm looking for. This is Jacob, the angsty teenage son. Right now, he isn't shaded or anything, but that's totally fine. I'm thinking of coloring all my characters in grayscale to replicate the look of a security camera, but if your style works better in color, we can discuss color palettes later on. As you can see, he has multiple facial expressions. I haven't drawn any other poses for him, but this is the most basic form of what I'm looking for. This is what the rest of the characters look like. In order, they are Amy, Steve, George, and oops, I didn't draw Laura yet. If you're interested in applying, the process is simple. There is a form in the description that you must copy to your drive and then edit. Another option is to copy-paste the form to your own document. Once you've answered the questions, drop a few pictures of your work in the bottom of the document, or create a separate folder to send me a portfolio. This is especially helpful if you have videos of previous, animatics and stuff. Once you have everything together, create a share link for any materials you intend to send, making sure the link is set to anyone with the link can view. Paste these links into an email to seahorsetrash@gmail.com. Make the subject line something like Your Name Elevator Artist Application. The deadline for art is the same as the auditions, May 15th. That's all for now. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments.